This conference will now be recorded.
There we go. All right, we should now be recording. So good evening and thank you for being here. As I mentioned, the public hearing portion of this meeting is being recorded, started just moments ago. This is a Vermont Public Utility Commission public hearing in case number 25-1172-TF concerning the tariff filing of the City of Burlington Electric Department requesting an overall 4.5% increase in rates to be effective with service rendered on and after September 1st, 2025. My name is Jacob Davis. I am a utilities analyst with the Vermont Public Utility Commission, and I've been assigned as the hearing officer for this case. As you can see, representatives from Burlington Electric and the Vermont Department of Public Service are present. The department is an automatic party in commission cases and is charged with representing the public interest. The purpose of tonight's hearing is to provide an opportunity to hear input from the public regarding BED's tariff filing and proposed rate increase. The comments received at this hearing will become part of the public record in these cases, as I mentioned, as a recording in this case. The public is also, of course, always welcome to provide written comments using the Commission's online document management system, EPUC, or by direct mail or email. And you can access that information at the PUC's website at www.puc.vermont.gov. Okay, so with that, are there any members of the public present that would like to provide a public comment? Okay, I see Pike Porter has raised their hand, so please go ahead and provide your comment.
Thank you for taking my comment. In the paperwork provided on the EPUC site, BED cites several factors driving up costs that are beyond its control. And these factors may indeed be beyond BED's control. However, there are also factors squarely within BED's control that are too expensive. And BED should first address and lower these costs before any additional rate cases move forward. I'm asking the Commission to stay this rate case pending several other open cases relevant to this case and BED's least cost obligations. Mr. Baker-Poole makes the connection between this rate case, the previous rate case, and the district energy spending in his letter opening this investigation. The district energy case should first be resolved before moving forward with any rate increases. District energy case should also look at how much district energy will cost ratepayers annually if it's ever built. I'd like to also point out that in 2023, I advised DPS and the PUC in case number 23-1129 that BED may have been using ratepayer funds on district energy without proper authorization as far back as 2018. And I asked that the district energy investigation go back at least to 2018. Documents essential for the public to understand BED finances and planning haven't been made public. And this even though the word public is in the Public Utility Commission, Department of Public Service. I'd ask that any documents provided to Mr. Baker-Poole by BED be submitted to the EPUC website so that all the public can look at them. One rationale for the current rate increase is labor costs. McNeil employs at any given time between 35 and 40 people and is responsible for a large portion of BED's labor costs. Labor cost documents are relevant to understanding the need for this additional rate increase. So too are other documents that BED provided to Mr. Baker-Poole in response to his first round of discovery, but these haven't been provided to the public. Mr. Baker-Poole's letter also includes this sentence. The department also notes that a substantial increase in BED's calculated res compliance costs. I suggest or ask that the res compliance costs be investigated further, especially in light of Connecticut's recent renewable energy standard updates. As you know, Connecticut revised its renewable energy standard to exclude RECs from all biomass facilities except for a single facility in Plainfield, Connecticut. It's not written as such directly, but we can look at Vermont statutes and understand how statutes are written to include certain particular biomass facilities. As Connecticut did the very same thing. BED admits in its 2023 IRP that, and I'm quoting now, the economic viability of the McNeil plant has faced challenges in recent years with the fall in wholesale market energy prices, and the loss of Connecticut qualification for half its RECs will be an additional economic challenge. Furthermore, the plant will need continued capital investments to maintain its reliability. BED and its ratepayers now face the loss of all Connecticut REC purchases, not just half. It seems irresponsible to move forward with this rate case without understanding the implications and the loss of Connecticut REC purchases or understanding the continued viability of McNeil. So again, I'm asking that this rate case be stayed until some of these other issues are resolved. Thank you for considering my comments.
Thank you, Pike Porter. I appreciate your comments, and I will raise the content of your comments to the commissioners, and I will also make a procedural order in the case to have at least some of the discovery responses filed in EPUC so that they're in public view. Now, are there any other members of the public that would like to make a comment? Okay, I see Nick Persampieri, and I'll just note that if you see me looking off to the side here, it's because I am taking notes on the comments, not because I am ignoring you. Go ahead, Nick Persampieri, with your comment. Thank you. We cannot hear you if you are talking.
Sorry, I had myself muted.
Thank
I
you.
am also interested in seeing Burlington Electric's responses to the department's first information requests. And in fact, I sent Mr. Bakerpool an email asking for those yesterday. So I'm glad to hear that you're planning to post at least some of the information. I would hope that all of it will be posted, unless there's something that's confidential for some reason. I'm also concerned about the costs of McNeil. It seems to be losing money, at least according to the financial statements prepared for the McNeil Joint Owners Operating Committee. I know Burlington Electric claims that there are certain off financial statement benefits that have to be taken into account. I think a lot of those claims are without merit. The largest alleged off balance sheet benefit that they claim is a property tax payment from the other joint owners of McNeil to the city of Burlington. That's not something that's paid for the benefit of ratepayers. They also claim that McNeil, by contributing to their 100% renewability, saves them costs in complying with tiers 2 and 3 of the renewable energy standard. And that's without merit also, because they don't retire McNeil RECs with the commission. Typically, they sell them to Connecticut. And in fact, they have to buy other RECs, which they retire. I'm also concerned with the inclusion and the costs for which they're seeking recovery of lobbying expenses, of expenses of lobbying the state legislature. And I'm concerned about inclusion of costs for promotion of their so-called net zero energy campaign, which is probably the worst greenwashing campaign I've ever seen. Burlington Electric defines net zero as eliminating fossil fuel use in the heating and ground transportation sectors. That's a very unique definition, which focuses only on eliminating fossil fuels, but ignores non-fossil fuel sources of greenhouse gases, including the McNeil Generating Station. It's a campaign that misleads the public. Its focus on all we need to do is go 100% renewable and we'll solve the climate crisis. I think that's all I have to say tonight. Oh, just one last thing. While it's great that Burlington Electric is promoting electrification, in order to reap the benefits of electrification, they need to clean up their sources of power, and they continue to operate the largest stationary source of greenhouse gas emissions in the state. And they misrepresent it. They misrepresent the financial impacts of the plant. They misrepresent its greenhouse gas emissions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments. And again, I will provide these to the commissioners of the Public Utility Commission as well. Now, are there any other members of the public who wish to make a public comment? Just going to give it another few seconds here if anyone does want to. Okay, not seeing that anyone else wants to provide public comments at this time. I'll again encourage members of the public to file written public comments in the case. They are all read by me and raised to the commissioners as well. So they are also a great way to make those comments and be heard. Now, Nick Persampieri, did you raise your hand again? I'm not sure.
I did. I just had a question.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could clarify when the deadline is for motions to intervene. As I understand it, there was an initial scheduling order that said they would be due tomorrow, but that contemplated that this hearing was going to be the week of September 15th. And I think the parties submitted a modified proposal proposing that they would be due 10 days after this hearing took place. So I was just wondering if you could clarify that. And I'm not suggesting that I'm planning to move to intervene.
So the current deadline for motions to intervene is still the tomorrow, the 25th. And the goal of maintaining that is to keep the case moving so it can be resolved as quickly as possible. So as it stands now, tomorrow is still the deadline for motions to intervene. Any other public comments or questions about the procedure of the case, which that was, and I appreciate that. Okay, looks like there are no more. So again, you can also file written public comments on the case, and you can access it through EPUC. If there are no more public comments, and it looks like there still are not, then I will go ahead and adjourn this meeting, and I will stop the recording. So thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.